Hi guys.
Hi.
So it is retrieval day, second round. I think like last time I was like super like nervous and excited. This time I think I'm just nervous. I mean, I'm excited, but it's just like a completely different feeling this time. I think just because last time we know obviously how that went, so freaking out that, you know, we go through all of this process and emotions for another, like, I don't want to say it was failed last time, just like not as good as we wanted or expected. But I got the precious cargo, keeping it nice and warm. David and I, we were talking too that this round, like the change of meds, I think I've been like maybe a little bit more snippy.
No, I'm kidding.
Just
a little bit.
A little bit more moody.
A little bit more emotion.
More emotion. A lot more like cramping. Like just like a lot more pressure, I guess you can say. More discomfort. So I'm kind of freaking out just because I know the pain that the first round was for egg retrieval with the 10. And I want to say we have almost double or maybe even more than that for this round.
Yeah.
Whether if they're good or not, yeah. And whether if they actually extract them all, that's, I don't know. So like in some ways this round's been harder, but then in other, like, it's been like a little bit easier too, because we knew what to expect.
Right.
We knew kind of more like the process of like the shots and the appointments, and kind of like a little bit better predictions of like what Dr. Yillian was gonna say and what his recommendations were.
Right.
So I don't know. Any last thoughts, babe?
No, I'm like excited to finally. What's WWE?
So Dave and I, we have been noticing everywhere we go. We always play like silly, like cheesy games, but we always look at license plates. And lately, we've been finding all like doubles. So like right now, it's like a double W, double zeros, double whatever. And then we've also been looking for XX and XY for girl and boy chromosomes. So just like little cheesy fun stuff that we do.
I'm just excited to see what the outcome of this round is and kind of move on to our next one now.
Yeah, just kind of get it over with. I hate like not knowing things. I want to know. I've always been that way. I'm very impatient. Let's see. Oh, and then also the room, because we stayed in a hotel last night. We were in room 611, double numbers. So hopefully, I'm not like the biggest one on signs and whatnot, but you know, room 611, double numbers. And also when I came out this morning, it was like a little sprinkle. And for those who know me, I love the rain. So I mean, it wasn't a downpour like I would love, but a little sprinkle. It's a little sign.
Yep.
So hopefully again they'll let me record, and we'll
see how it goes.
I'll let you all know.
All right.
Okay.
Bye.
Hey guys.
Hi.
It's been a minute.
Yeah, it's been it's been a little bit.
It actually took us a good bit to actually make this video. It's been a bit emotional and a rocky journey, a lot harder than what we expected it. I had a whole meltdown the morning of Egg Retrieval, this last one anyways. I was just already freaking out. You can already see like my eyes were red in the video, and it was already a hot mess. As I was on the table for a retrieval, they already told me that they only retrieved 8 eggs, and just from there, like, I started crying, like, straight, like, on the table. Like, I was already so devastated, you know, like, you go into this, like, so hyped up and so excited that this egg retrieval is going to be better, or they're stronger, there's more, and we wound up having less this one, and it was really hard to even understand it and process it, and I cried the whole way home.
I kind of remember, just like Rachel saying, like, being so excited from the first round to switching things up and thinking that this was going to be so much better the second round.
Yeah.
And then it wasn't. And with all the stuff going on in the world today with the COVID and whatever, like, I've had to wait out in the waiting room while Rachel's doing the procedure. So she texted me that the doctor just told her that they only retrieved 8, and so my stomach dropped, because it's hard not being there for Rachel and her just kind of laying there by herself when you hear the news that you don't want to hear. So it's hard for her being inside, hard for me being outside in the waiting room, and even though I'm 25 feet down the hallway, I feel like I'm a football field length away or whatever, you know. So definitely wasn't the news that we wanted, and not the news that we were expecting. But like I told Rachel, we had, like she said, we had 8 that were retrieved, 5 fertilized, and only 1 out of those 5 made it. So as tough of a pill as that to swallow, to do 2 retrievals and only have 2 make it, for whatever reason, we at least have 2, and we came out with 2 instead of none. So we're trying to look at the positive side to it, even though Rachel, I'm sure, sometimes is like, shut up already, because that's all I keep saying.
He just has to deal with me. I've been like just a hot mess. It's been, I don't know, I can't even explain like how emotional it is when you expect so much. You hear these women coming out with like 20 eggs. Yeah,
and we continue to see those things, and we're very happy for those of you watching this that do get 20 eggs or 30 eggs. We're not mad. It's just frustrating to know why somebody else gets that, and how many more fertilized for them, and why we're so low. But now, the one thing that we said, we were kind of joking about this last night, the one thing that we said we didn't want was to have 2 embryos, because now we're deciding between 2 and 1. You know, and that's even a harder decision to make. So Rachel and I are going to be talking about that a little bit. We wanted 1 or 3 to make it easy, so we have 2, and at least we have 2. Some people don't even have any, so I'm sure there's people watching the video that are like, you guys are lucky to have 2, you know.
Right.
So I don't know, like we said, not the news that we wanted, but retrieval's done.
Yeah, retrieval's done. This one was also a lot harder. Like, obviously I was already emotional, but this one hurt so much more. The first one I stayed awake, but I had lidocaine. This one, for some weird reason, I thought I was brave enough to do it without the lidocaine. Bad idea.
Yeah.
If you're going through this, don't choose that. At least get the lidocaine. It still hurts and is uncomfortable, but this one was bad.
And like we said, this round, the doctor changed up the medications a little bit leading up to retrieval, which is why one of the reasons we thought it was going to be a little bit different. But from what I remember, the shots hurt a little bit more.
Yes,
this
I
round,
felt,
and Rachel bruised a little bit more.
yeah, I had more bruises. I was way more swollen and just uncomfortable and just all around. This was just like harder physically, emotionally, financially. It was like a whole bunch of emotion and just like added more to our stress, I guess. Yeah. So I don't know. We're trying really hard to stay positive. Some days are harder than others, but right now we got our 2 frozen M babies, and we're moving on.
Yep.
You know.
Yep, we're gonna move on and
just waiting for a transfer now.
Like we said in every other video, that's all you can do is move on from the news that you get, and you know, through this whole process you have to try and stay positive and not stress so much. And I try not to say that to Rachel because we always say we're tired of people saying stop stressing, but it is really hard going through this not to stress, right, not to have so much emotion. So we get it, but like I said, we press on, press forward. We can't change the retrievals. It is what it is, and
right,
we have, just like Rachel just said, we have 2 MBBs, and that's it. That's what we have, and that's what we're going with. Moving on.
You know, we always say, like, at the end of the day, God has a plan for us, and you know, I say it constantly to everybody. And at what point, like I was just telling Dave, just like at what point are we going to start like listening to our own advice? Right. At what point are we just going to be like, okay, like we've done everything we can, and that's it. Like at the end of the day, it's really out of our hands.
Yeah. We
can try and do anything that we want, but it's not our decision at the end of the day.
No. So eventually we'll find out what we're supposed to do in life.
Right. Maybe one day we'll figure it out. If y'all know, you can let us know.
Tell us.
All right. I think that's our biggest update right now. Now we just wait for transfer, so we'll keep y'all posted.
We'll talk to you soon.
Bye.
Bye.
I'm going to post that.